was on TikTok the other day and I came across a brother who was vehemently warning people that the food stamp program is going to get cut off later on this year, and that it's a shame because they are helping migrants. Check out a little snippet of his video.
If it ain't one thing, it's another. If you're receiving SNAP benefits, food stamps, whatever, however you call it, they're about to shut them off. I would say you probably have maybe 6 months to a year before that program is gone. The country is broke. You have a lot of people coming from across that border, and it's a lot of resources are being drained. You have a lot of taxpayer dollars is going into these bills that we giving Ukraine and all these other folks. Instead of that money staying right here and putting inside of programs that's helping folks.
So again, you heard him, warn people, and he was, really serious about it. So I said, that's interesting. Let me go and check this out. So I did find that the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, is going to be making some changes to the SNAP program, which stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which issues the EBT card, also known as food stamps. And so it says that they're going to be making 4 changes. And one of those changes are age and eligibility. Before, it was anybody, and they considered to be able-bodied adult without dependents from the ages of 18 to 50. They have to work at least 80 hours a month in order to qualify for the benefits. And of course, they have to be, they can't make more than a certain amount of money. But that will be changing from 18 to 54. And one of the exemptions is, of course, if you have a disability or something like that. Okay. The other part is maximum allotment, which means the maximum amount of food stamps that a family or an individual can get. Sounds like it's going to go up just a little bit in about 48 states, but in Hawaii, it sounds like it's going to go down for whatever reason. And another change is going to be the cost of living adjustment. Again, that goes into the maximum allotment thing. And so are the food stamps going away? That is not true from what I can see. That is not going away. Now, that don't mean that it might not happen in the future. Maybe that brother knows something. I don't know. But yeah, I would agree with him that even with the food stamp program, people are getting something, but they're still giving migrants money, and that money could be going to helping people who really need maybe some more food, because there is a severe food insecurity problem in this country, whether people are getting food stamps or not. Although the government is saying that the food stamp program cuts that down by 30%. If that's true, you still have 70% of people who are dealing with the food insecurity that are dealing with it, right? If that makes any sense. And so, again, I'm going to say this to us as Black people. This is why it's important, because a lot of these laws that are going forth in the country, they disproportionately affect Black people. So that's another case for us to practice group economics, get on our square financially, stop giving 97% of our money away to everybody else. Because it is said that we see about $1.3 to $1.7 trillion of income in our Black community every year. But again, we give a lot of that away. So we need to be more conscious about who and where we spend our money. So that way, God forbid, the food stamp program does get cut off. We can say, well, it sucks that we're not going to have that money, especially for those who are depend on the food stamp program. But on the other hand, we can say we got it. We are saving our money. We are organizing so that we could take care of our people, like that of the Black Panther Party back in the 60s, where they started the breakfast program and things like that to help those in our community and to be less dependent on the government. But I want to say this before I leave, that still don't disqualify the government from writing us a reparations check. And that's another thing. We get our reparations, then we ain't got to worry about whether they cut off the food stamps and all that other stuff, because we will have our own money. We can buy our own food, right? So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And before you leave, if you could do me a favor and go to africandiasporanews.org and invest in the app that we have built just for you. So that way we don't have to worry about being censored on other people's platforms, and we can be our beautiful Black selves on our own platform. So before you leave, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on